Play Anywhere is one of the best features that they've launched. It's like, they just announced it for Starfield as well. So that was the thing that turned me off. Like whenever I see just like Stadia, right? It was just cloud gaming. I had really no interest in it, and it was even with things like the Logitech G Cloud, where it just is cloud gaming, even though it's for Game Pass, it's just cloud gaming. Kind of turns me off from that type of stuff, and I have no interest in that. And Xbox, yeah, it's a whole ecosystem of like you can download stuff on the console, and that's where I think there's a lot of fear right now, because you look at the sales of Xbox, they're doing good. I know people always like to say like, oh, they're way behind PlayStation, but overall, I mean, they're doing pretty decent, 20 plus million console sales. Like probably could be doing a lot better if they had more supply. I'm sure they would be selling more consoles if they didn't sacrifice so many for like cloud gaming and the server stack and everything. But I guess that would be another thing. If there is so much consolidation where there's just a couple of companies out there, is it only going to be focused on one stream to access content, which would be cloud gaming, because that's really the place that it's the easiest entry into everybody's home, right? Because they can play it on anything. So I hope that's something that doesn't occur, and just the options of being able to download, to buy games and stuff like that. Because I'm the person here who still sits with a physical collection of games because I like having the actual physical thing. So you'll never see me want to see any of that stuff go away.
Yeah, absolutely. We, like you said, we are graybeards,
and like, well, it's the same kind of argument you can make with like console sales, right? People who still tout console sales as like the end all be all are still, they're not looking at the way that purchasing behavior has changed or is going to want to change and into the future, where it's going to be subscription, cloud, all that type of stuff. So they're obviously just appealing to the people that don't care at all about the physical games, don't care all about purchasing games, don't care all about whether it's technically renting or something because you're signed up to a subscription service, right? They just want to have as much content as possible at their fingertips, and they want to be able to access it fast. It's literally all they care about. So yeah, definitely they're adjusting to the purchasing behaviors, I would say.
In regards to that consolidation question that you guys were talking about earlier too, yeah, I mean, because you were asking, like, does it look like it's a bad thing? Does it seem like it's been a bad thing? And I would chime in and just kind of like echo the same thing, right? Is like, but I would bring one thing with it is look at when these people had been consolidated or brought in too, right? Like some of these dev studios, some of these groups were in a bad spot. They were in a struggle. And so when they got brought in, that helped them to have more support to actually do what they wanted to do. Do I think that's a bad thing? No. Like allow the creatives to be creative and not have to worry about the financial side of it all the time. I think that's where we benefit as gamers, because then we get to see them actually bring their true vision to the game for us to play, right?
Could it also be we're at a point now where it's just cost too much to make some of these games for these smaller companies, that their best bet is to hopefully get bought off by like a major company like a Microsoft. Maybe that's it too.
Absolutely. I would say, given unless everyone's blowing a bunch of smoke all the time, I would say it matches up with what we're seeing, right?